The Emerald City, Seattle, once gleamed with the promise of wonder and ambition. When eerie emerald auroras ignited the sky, a cataclysm split the earth, unleashing walls of roiling water that swallowed entire neighborhoods and toppled skyscrapers into fragile relics of hubris. 6 months on, the streets still whisper of agony and loss. Amid ash and ruin, reconstruction falters and unseen horrors claim the night. Their black parade marches through ruins, preying on the living. Sorcerers wield forbidden magic. Blood-starved vampires and ravenous shapeshifters roam freely beneath the cursed green glow. Pulsing overhead, the auroras serve as a sickly beacon to the darkness thriving below. Yet, there are a few who do not yield to desolation. Hunters rise, armed with blade and conviction, and a vow to drive these monsters back into the shadows. But when hope feels like a cruel joke, can one's soul make a difference? Seattle, under its haunting emerald sky, awaits your courage. Step into Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning chronicle.
It's water, and we'll go from there. Hello, and welcome to the Dahlia World Gardens presentation of Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning chronicle. I am your caretaker, Tim Dahlia. What you are about to watch is an actual play of Hunter the Reckoning, a tabletop role-playing game of horror and suspense set in the world of darkness. This is a game that draws from the darker, more sinister aspects of our lives and mythologies. Our story may contain mature themes, including but not limited to body horror, graphic violence, blood, death, mental illness, power imbalances, sexual themes, and social injustice. Please watch at your discretion. And if a break is needed, take it. We have a line. Let me take that back. We have a system of lines and veils. There's also a line somewhere, but we'll figure that out. But it does ensure our player's safety, and we do use it, and we will respect it throughout the story. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, and if you're feeling generous, you can join us on Patreon. Anything that we collect there will go directly to making these shows better. And with that, I will hand the reins over to our storyteller Sleepy so that we can tell a hunter story.
Hi, I'm Sleepy. I'm storyteller for this chronicle, and some things have happened. I'm gonna introduce my players and let them do the recap because that's kind of what needs to happen in game. So let's go with Calon.
Hi, I am Calon. I play Martin Sherman. And he is a lot scared about some of the things that they have seen at their most recent investigation.
And then we'll go with Goss.
Hi, I'm Goss. I'm playing Dr. Evelyn Talbot, and she is increasingly angry because she's missing one of their people. Her people is missing, and she doesn't like that at all, especially given their discoveries in their last investigation. So yeah, she's learning things and doing things that she didn't ever think she was gonna resurrect.
And then lastly, we'll introduce Scot.
Hello, I'm Scot. I'm playing Draven Crawford, who is not nearly as stressed as I was off camera last time. For me, this is standard missing persons drug. This is a drug case, so I'm probably not going to be quite sure why we're a little antsy, but it's okay.
Awesome. So I think the most logical way for you guys to have this little catch-up session to catch Draven up with the happenings of our last session would be to have you all meeting at the safe house. It's, as you would assume, the safest place to talk about this. So where in the safe house would this conversation be?
I would think probably in the war room.
Good place for a debrief.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is that Evelyn will have printed out everything that she discovered as far as cell phone records and, location marking and the background information that they found out about. I have to reach for my notes. Fallon Cross and Simon Porter. putting it into a kind of a, as best she can, a standard case file briefing kind of thing.
Awesome. And before we start, I do want to say that your characters know things and remember things that you may not. I'm willing to fill in gaps, but only if I'm prompted.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, who wants to start the debrief? Rebrief? Post-brief? Pre-brief?
I think debrief is the appropriate term.
Yeah.
And, okay, so, Draven, Martin and I did a thing. And, in looking for Jessica, I tracked her phone. Her phone led us to a shipyard, I guess, a small one. So we went to check it out after hours without asking anyone.
Draven is nodding, looking impressed.
There were people in the boathouse that we identified as likely to be the one that she'd been in and out of. Unfortunately, it turned out that someone has simply stolen her phone.
Someone or something. The dude leapt 20 feet into the air to get away from us and tried to take a picture of us.
Yeah, I made sure that picture really didn't come out before leaving it. So yeah, there was a thug outside the boathouse keeping watch, and there was one inside. That's the one that did the not human jump. The boathouse itself was full of crates, most of which were full of either medical supplies or something that was definitely some kind of drug. I got a couple of names from the whole thing, but they're kind of dead ends, at least as far as I know to find out. Crap.
She's knocking things over.
That's usually my specialty.
I picked my notebook up, and that was a mistake because all the crap that I've stuffed between the pages fell out.
Good work.
So we have a Fallon Cross who basically just doesn't exist anymore, I guess. I don't know. He disappears around 2002 in most official records. I have absolutely no idea how or why. But he seems connected to a man named Simon Porter, who does have a current driver's license and apparently owns the mechanics shop Iron Reprieve. He is a member of the Dock Workers Union, or was, and seems to have been pretty big in like a workers' rights movement. He also probably owns the boat we're looking for. It's a kind of an older yacht called the...
What? Your mic cut off there.
It's kind of an older yacht called the Union Buster.
The Union Buster?
That's what it says, which is interesting considering his workers' rights work.
One of these people disappearing so long ago really doesn't sit right with me for supernatural reasons, I think. But it's a hunch, nothing more.
Leapt 20 feet in the air. That is disturbing.
When I was looking at him, I got the impression that if he was anything supernatural, he was a ghoul, not a vampire.
This is fairly disturbing. What exactly would a ghoul... Were the medical supplies coming in or going out?
I am not... There was no way for us to tell. I mean, there were some shipping records, and I have pictures of a lot of it on my phone. They should be in the printouts there. But I am honestly not sure, but they obviously came in from somewhere relatively recently. I mean, everything looked pretty recent. And the guy that Calon actually... No, you clocked the guard, didn't you?
Martin clocked the guard, yes.
I said Calon, didn't I? Sorry. Martin. Martin clocked the guard, but the guy that chased us had been looking through the crates like he was taking inventory.
Well, you clocked the guy, Martin?
Yeah, got him pretty good. He was standing between us and the door, so I made sure he wasn't.
Nice.
I can fight when I need to. I just don't like to.
So we possibly need a deeper search on these names.
For a start, yes.
I would definitely say that's our next step, especially Simon Porter. But Fallon Cross disappearing, that bothers me too. didn't know where else to look. It's also not as if my looking around was entirely legal.
I'm going to be honest with you. At the end of the day, sometimes it's a line. Sometimes you have to step over the line.
I stepped over a few lines, if I'm honest.
We both did. But, you get used to it. And when he says you get used to it, he winks at the pair like he's messed around in places he shouldn't have been before.
So I'm thinking, this is me, Scott speaking, I'm thinking that Draven would be inclined to make use of, he could call in a favor, but he would probably, he can't exactly call in carte blanche lists of people, so it's got to be one. So I'm thinking,
will also, as the storyteller, offer one key bit of information that you did learn that you missed in your debrief, that you know physically who Fallon Crawford, and he's the guy in the pictures with Jessica.
Oh, that's right. We ran facial recognition. That's how we got his name. Okay, well, that would be in the file.
Right. That's why I'm offering it, because that information would be there. It's just you as players had missed that, and that's a pretty key thing that you guys definitely worked hard to learn.
Right. Yeah. I forgot about the pictures.
so we have current pictures of Jessica with someone who essentially fell off the earth.
No, that's the
What?
other guy. The other guy, the one that owns the mechanics shop, is the one that she was in the pictures with.
Simon
No.
Porter.
Yes.
No, she was in the pictures with Fallon Croft.
Okay, I had that completely backwards. So, Scott, you were right the first time.
What's the
She was
last?
Go ahead.
What's the last thing that you saw? I mean, what happened in 2002? Did he just?
That was the last time there was any record of him residing anywhere.
Well, there's different reasons that people suddenly are no longer residing somewhere.
Do you
It's,
think
it's just that he didn't go anywhere as far as my search was able to find.
you weren't able to find, perchance, a death certificate or anything?
Did that pop up in my search?
It did not. He literally just stopped existing after the registration of the address.
So, like,
Yeah,
even
no
his
new
driver's license,
no death certificate, no
anything.
tickets.
Yeah, even his driver's license has been expired since, I think, 2001 and not been renewed. No, there's been nothing on it.
If the world were normal, I would have a theory, but the world is not normal.
Not anymore.
So this is a lot of good information. You got a knack for this.
I dabbled a little.
Martin is eyeballing her like, dabbled? Girl, you pulled some shit out of a movie.
I am a researcher.
I thought you were an archaeologist.
Most of archaeology is research.
I know, but what part of archaeology includes diving through records of people?
Actually, I'm an anthropologist, which involves archaeology, but it's the study of people.
Usually dead, though, right?
Usually.
Uh-huh, right. So that's still not sweeping under the rug the fact that you have reasonable hacking skills into databases that you should absolutely not have access to.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Jim's
Right.
just watching this exchange.
Martin is totally amused by this entire thing. The goody two-shoes professor is not so goody two-shoes.
Oh, my laptop reset.
So I've teamed up with a hacker and a street fighter. I like it.
I wouldn't say a street fighter. I just can if I need to.
And I'm a researcher, not a hacker.
I'm much better at securing deals.
My first thought is Draven is going to take the data, everything available for Fallon. He's going to make use of an ally and essentially outreach with the promise that he would, in fact, owe them one if they could take this information and process it to let him know what's going on. I note here that under reliability, it says when you call on them, they appear within 1 to 10 hours. Roll a die.
Yeah, so I just roll a d10, and that's how long it takes for them to even respond to you.
Go 1.
All right, yeah, an hour
And
later,
it's a
your
7.
ally...
Nope, it's a 7.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you said go one. Okay.
So 7 hours later, your contact gets back a hold of you and basically starts out with, look, we've got history, and depending on what you're asking, owing me one might be a big one.
Have I never kept my promises in the past?
it's not that you don't keep your promises. It's that occasionally you ask me to do things that could threaten my, career, were I to be tied with involvement.
What if this person likes something? Like, I've worked with them. We've worked together for years. I know that this person has an interest, or I want to sweeten the pot.
Oh yeah, easily. This is an ally. You've worked with them a long time. You would know that, like, not sports tickets, but like event tickets. Like, if you could get them into some like exclusive event, or like something of that nature, like some sort of experience.
All right.
Like reservation at a nice restaurant, something like that.
It could possibly ease your conscience on this whole thing if you were maybe enjoying a delicious dinner on the waterfront. You know what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, I do. And what do you have?
What do I have?
Yeah, what do you need?
Suspect's name is Fallon Cross. I can follow him all the way to 2002. Completely falls off the planet. Doesn't look like he's dead. Possible DEA connection.
Interesting.
And this question is for the group, what if he were to offer something enticing to his friend in the police department, like the location of drugs?
I think that there's a chance that could go wrong.
We've got to find Jessica, and that's our only lead.
If you can get this information for me as quickly as possible under the table, I will pay for your dinner.
I'll look into it.
And yes, you can bring your mother.
Oh, she will just love that. She does think you're a very caring friend.
Well, I try to be. She's ordering off the senior menu.
Oh, come on. All right. I'll look into it. Give me a couple hours.
Well, we might possibly have some more information.
Here's hoping.
Should have done that in secret. Okay, I'll do the other one in secret because I don't want you to know what else.
I need to take the puppy out, but I will be still listening.
All right. So you get a phone call a couple hours later. Okay, so I got 2 bits of information that don't make any sense to me and probably mean nothing.
Go for it.
Fallon Cross didn't just stop existing around 2002. There was a car accident, kind of swept under the rug. Seemed like whoever was involved maybe had some friends higher up the food chain than me and you. And there is a listed person that died in the accident, and then there's a John Doe that died in the accident, but it says that Fallon Cross survived. But all of the records I'm reading of this accident say that there was only 2 vehicles involved and neither of them had passengers.
Okay, you're not lying. That is weird.
The other thing I found out is that pictures of this guy that came up when I looked into Fallon Cross, I mean, there's like Instagram stories and pictures of people posting pictures at clubs all over town from basically the start of social media, where he pops up in the background. Occasionally, pretty girl takes a picture with this guy. And so this person that doesn't exist is clearly physically around, or at least someone that looks exactly like him, but seems to be really big in the club scene.
Thank you. Well, a promise is a promise, so I hope you and your mom have a wonderful evening.
We will be enjoying mojitos on you, yes.
Most expensive mojitos in town.
I didn't pick the place. I just happened to know where to get a good drink. It's not my fault that that's what it's on.
So with that, it's been a long time on a tabletop game that I've wanted a murder board in front of me, but I would really like a murder board.
Yeah. You guys definitely have one in the war room.
Did you get Jessica's phone back? Or you confirmed it was stolen and it's somewhere with those people?
We saw it with the guy that did the massive jump. It was definitely her phone. But we didn't get it back.
I call my friend back.
I can only eat so many dinners.
The social media posts when you found him on, was it any particular club more than any other?
Mostly in the Soto area, but the club's changed names a few times. I think it's Club 206 right now.
Club 206.
Everything points back to 206.
What's the most recent photo?
About 7 or 8 months ago, some blonde girl looked maybe barely able to get into that club legally.
A blonde girl. Did she? And he runs through just a quick description of Jessica.
No, it's definitely not her, but could maybe be her like sister or cousin. Honestly, most of the girls that have posted pictures with him, the guy's got a type.
Is that a picture of Fallon?
We have a picture of Fallon, and we'll pull it up.
Or is that a picture of
I pulled it
Simon
up.
that I'm looking at in Roll20?
I don't know what page you guys are on. Well, I'm on a different one. That is Fallon Cross. But like frosted tips, a little paler than you would probably expect. Very douchey.
I getting that vibe.
Very like 90s club kid.
Just to clarify, was this by any chance the person you hit, Martin?
Was it? I don't think
No,
it was.
definitely not.
No,
It's too
no, it
bad.
wasn't him.
That's unfortunate.
He's got a punchable face, doesn't he?
Thanks again. Tell your mom I said hi.
I will. She will be thanking you profusely. I would, but I just did you a favor, so we'll call that even.
Yeah. He hangs up the phone and looks over at the other two, and he says, his mom drinks like a fish. So this is going to be some expensive details.
Let me know what the bill winds up being and I'll pitch in.
So what are we thinking?
That damn club.
It is always that damn club.
It just keeps coming up. I find it interesting, though, that he's been a regular at that club through all the name changes.
Yeah, and he was talking like back to like MySpace pictures.
Yeah, I bet you he wasn't even friends with Tom. Who owns Club 206?
I can find out.
That you can.
Okay, so that's the first. Evelyn sits down at the computer and gets started.
All right, let me consult my notes before I just start answering questions I probably already have the answer to. I don't have the answer. All right, I do. I totally have the answer to this question. So, go ahead and roll me intelligence and technology. This you don't really need to do much hacking for. You can, like look up the business license for the club.
And this is in my creed field.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I have 4 successes.
Okay, so it's owned by a beverage company that is literally called Beverages Incorporated.
I want to dig deeper. Are they part of a conglomerate?
Yes, and as you dig deeper, it leads nowhere.
Like there's no
I'm not
actual
even going to make you roll for it. No, it's shell company, shell company, shell company, shell company. And it's like clear, like the names are like just as creative as Beverages Incorporated.
This is a nonsensical matryoshka doll. This doesn't make sense. There's no names. It's just corporate entity after corporate entity.
Do see that the last owner is someone named April Farnsworth.
And what was it called while she owned it?
It was called The Paradise. And it was a like tacky heaven themed nightclub.
Do these patterns seem at all familiar to what Martin might know?
Oh yeah, for sure. But like lazily done. Like you would expect there to be like actual companies that lead to shell companies that lead to like lead somewhere. This feels like someone who's seen it done, but doesn't really know what they're doing.
So it's more like a government cover-up.
I wouldn't say that at all. A cover-up, yes. Not the government. It would remind Martin of his experiences, right?
Yes.
My group used to play for a club regularly that was shady, to put it mildly. And, well, this rings a lot like that, but this is sloppy. They've watched it done but have never done it themselves. Guys, I'm gonna be real, I think we're dealing with vampires. As if the ghoul wasn't evidence enough.
Well, that's if we assume he's a ghoul, but lacking any other explanation for that jump, I can't argue it.
And if it's vampires, the next question is, what branch?
Branch?
How familiar would Martin be with the hierarchy?
Not very. You would know that like there's different kinds of vampires and that there's like different governing systems, but that's about it.
They've all got different creeds and rules, and there's different factions and governments, quote unquote. I'm not super familiar with them, but they exist, and some of them are very old.
And here, Evelyn kind of like sits up and looks really intrigued. And she goes, they have their own culture separate from modern life.
Putting it mildly, yeah. I've only ever really dealt with one in person.
Fascinating. Would you be willing to sit down with me sometime and let me interview you about that?
I mean, sure. You gotta understand, I don't know too much about it.
Well, I have to start somewhere.
Fair enough. But for now, let's keep to the topic at hand, yeah?
Oh, of course. I'll prep a questionnaire for you.
Whatever you need to do, Prof.
So with this new bit of intel gathered and what you've already collected, what is your next move?
I think Evelyn probably wants to look a little bit more into this April Farnsworth. It might be worth contacting her to find out who she sold the club to, what her interaction with them was like. Was it through lawyers? Was it, face-to-face? How did that go? That kind of thing. Just maybe to get some idea of who we're actually dealing with, because we're kind of staring at a big blank wall right now.
The obvious key is Club 206, and I have a feeling that while it looks like it's changed hands over the years, it's probably not changed hands as many times as it sounds like it has.
Which is another reason to see if April Farnsworth even actually really exists. So that'd be the next thing, is to look up and see if we can locate April Farnsworth.
Yeah, she's got an active Facebook. Looks like she lives in an apartment downtown. Has her address posted to her Facebook. It's not private at all.
Okay, I don't want to screw up the vibe here, but on a personal note, please tell me that the picture on Facebook is this douchebag with a wig.
Unfortunately, no. I'm going to try to paint a picture, and it's absurd. But picture classic yelling, asking for the manager Karen, but also heavy in the club scene.
Okay.
She looks like she's maybe in her late 40s. Also, I'm opening a club that is called Club Karen.
Nice.
There's no manager. I take that back. Everyone is the manager.
So are you thinking we go pay her a visit?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say so.
All right. What's the approach?
How long ago was the transaction supposed to have taken place?
6 years ago?
So not a terribly long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, long enough for the club to establish itself as kind of a spot for locals.
What's our goal with the conversation?
Find out who she sold the club to, and how was the transaction handled. We need to pinpoint who's involved with actually running that club now.
Well, the easiest way is to, of course, to lie. You're writing an article for the Seattle Times on real estate, and the particular angle that you're going with is entertainment in the Seattle area. So you are sort of doing a background piece on the history of this popular hotspot. So you just want to ask a few questions.
Be a good way to put the social anthropologist to good use. Not that you're useless in any way, shape, or form.
We have a former detective. Why is the anthropologist involved?
Because, frankly, no offense, he looks like a cop.
None taken, Martin. I get that.
So
Actually, quite literally, I get that. So
Evelyn looks between them. Okay, I can't even argue that.
And the best I could do is mingle with some people. And hell, what do you think the odds are that I'm just going to stumble into talking to the right person?
I mean, that did happen at the club.
It did, and it could happen again. I'm not saying I could do nothing, but,
And also, you stumbled into clocking that guy in the warehouse pretty well.
That's a completely different thing entirely.
But it worked.
It did.
okay, hold on. You didn't clock a guy. You sucker punched a guy.
Yeah, he was between us and the door. I was crouched down, so I brought a fist up and got him straight in the jaw.
Draven is now nodding in even more approval than he did the first time. I got a camera. I'll come with you and take pictures.
Okay. All right, let's do this, I guess. Let me work up some questions.
What time of day are you planning on heading over there?
Well, I gotta imagine they've just had this meeting in the afternoon or even early evening.
That seems to be when you guys have meetings.
Well, it's after classes, and for Evelyn, anyway.
So yeah, going off of what your normal like gathering time is, probably like 6:30 at night.
Okay, so actually, is there a phone number to use to contact April?
Phone number is not listed, but I mean, you could just message on Facebook.
Okay, let's start with that then. So the message would be something along the lines of, my name is Carolyn Evans. I'm writing a local culture interest piece for the Seattle Times, and your name came up while I was doing background research on a club that's been a popular night spot for in Soto for a long time. I wondered if you would be available for a meeting so I can ask some background questions.
Not like instantly, but like maybe a minute, 2 minutes later, you get a response. I would love to. Wait, are you going to take pictures of me?
If that's all right with you. Otherwise, we can use pictures of the club.
If you're taking pictures of me, I will gladly do an interview. I should be available tomorrow evening. Does like 5:30 work?
That would be perfect. I would be so happy to do that. Can I get an address to meet you? Or would you rather meet in a public place?
We can meet at my house. And she sends you the address, and it matches the one on the Facebook profile.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Sounds like a dream. And then immediately it goes back to that like offline status.
See, you're natural.
Well, that was through text. We'll see how I do face to face. I don't necessarily like people all that much, says the university professor.
Is there anything you guys want to do pre-interview?
I'm going to background check on April Farnsworth just to see, like, known associates, traffic tickets, DUIs, anything like that.
It comes back clean. No, I mean, like it pops up that has had dealings with the police, but more in the like club owner capacity. But no tickets, no DUIs, and it looks like known associates are like other club owners. So like they might like some of like it's like known connections to this person who has this charge or things of that nature. But she herself looks pretty squeaky clean.
I don't know if that's suspicious or not. What do you think, Draven?
I'm 50-50. To be completely honest, I've seen enough of these to kind of get the impression that nobody really has a clean record. But she's got a record.
That's true. I mean, there's no suspicious gaps as far as I can tell.
Anything else we want to do before we head over there?
Nothing on my list.
I can't think of anything.
By the way, he pulls a really nice camera out of his trunk. It's got like a nice lens on it and everything.
Oh, that's going to impress her all to bits.
Awesome. Before we go do the interview, I'm going to pause this for a bio break. Like 5 minutes. That work for everybody?
That'll work.
5 minutes.
No worries. 5.
I'm good.
I think I'm ready.
I'm good.
All right. Y'all all good to go?
All right. So Jessica lives in downtown Seattle. And, you guys know that these are not cheap apartments, especially when you get there. And it looks like it's not a studio. Pretty easy to find. It's on like the 5th floor of an apartment building. Not Jessica. I'm so sorry. April.
Yeah.
I was just reading my notes and the last name I read was Jessica.
Of course. Okay.
From the moment we get out of the car, I'm snapping pictures.
Okay.
The side streets, the building itself, the floor from the interior, the lobby, who's standing at the door.
Okay. So, all right.
You once just to annoy you.
She puts on this professional. I mean, she's in a black pencil skirt and a royal blue blouse with a blazer, to go with. She's doing her best to look professional. And do I need to buzz the apartment, or how does this work?
Yeah, you check in at the desk and then tell them who you're visiting, and then they let you up in the elevator.
Okay, and probably call ahead, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go through that rigmarole and head on up.
All right, you get to the door, and on the door, it's like got one of those like not like a wreath, but like flower, like a flower decoration hanging on the front of the door. All white flowers.
What kind of flowers?
Various kinds.
Just all kinds of, as long as they're white.
Yeah, whatever happens to be in season.
Okay, so these are real flowers.
Yeah.
That's ringing bells in Evelyn's head, but she's not going to say anything right now, especially since we're dealing with a pretty standard American woman, apparently. So, knock on the door.
And Club Karen answers the door, and April's like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited to meet you. I've been looking forward to this. I've got the room all positioned and everything. It should be perfect."
That's fantastic, April. Thank you so much for being willing to see us. May we come in?
Of course. This way. I've got like some water with lemon ready for you if you want it. There's like little like biscotti. I don't know what reporters eat.
This is perfect. Thank you very much, April. Why don't we sit down and just have a little bit of a chat?
Yeah, she leads you to what once was a like very well organized living room and has clearly been rearranged to almost look like a talk show stage. And but like behind, like off towards on the wall towards the kitchen, there's like a small table with like a pitcher of water with lemons in it, cups, different little like snacks. All of it's like not what you would put out for a party. This is like kind of expensive stuff. We're not talking like a bowl of Doritos. We're talking like actual hors d'oeuvres. Like she probably cooked some of them.
Okay. The furniture and everything all looks expensive.
Yeah, this whole place. It's not like we're not talking like top of the line furniture, but it's all like very well made, very well maintained. The whole place is like very clean, very like minimalist modern, with lots of white flowers, like little potted white flowers, some in vases, pictures of white flowers on the walls.
Okay, so Evelyn's going to go ahead and kind of walk into where the seating is and gesture for April to have a seat opposite. I assume that Draven has started taking pictures again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she's not like dramatically posing, but like trying to give you the best possible shot. She wants to be seen.
Okay, so then, so April, I understand that when you owned the club, that is now Club 206, it was called the Paradise?
Yes, oh my god, so I went with like this like heaven theme. I thought it would just be like adorable to have like the staff wearing like little angel wings and the bartenders having little halos and like a white and blue like color scheme. It was pretty great. People loved it.
So what inspired you to and Evelyn's going to kind of drift into a seat with her notebook in her hand, and she's kind of making notes as she goes. So what inspired you, first of all, to make the purchase of that building and then to select that particular theme?
Well, when I was younger, I spent like a lot of time going to clubs and parties. I was like all into it. And then I came into some money when my great aunt passed, and I was like, what the hell? Why not go to the club every night? And I just bought it. Like it was just kind of like I had the money and it was coming up for sale, and I just kind of did it. And then like the idea for the theme is like I kind of been like living like a rough club life, getting like down in the dirt and all that. And I kind of wanted like a different vibe for my club. I wanted it to be like a nice place, like a place where you go to be happy, not just to like party and drink and dance.
So you were creating an experience.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay, and so how long did you run the club?
I want to say it was like 6 or 7 years, but it was kind of a blur. Like I didn't realize how much really goes into owning a club. Like I thought I would just be like hanging out, having fun, but like I didn't want to hire someone. I wanted to do it myself. So like I like took a lot of online classes to kind of like learn the business side, and then like I've always been really good with people. Like some people say I talk a little too much, so like I was really good at like the social aspect of it. And then I just kind of was getting worn out, so I was like thinking about selling it, but I hadn't quite made the decision yet. And then like things just kind of happened.
Okay, and so it was just a part of your life that you enjoyed a great deal?
Yeah, I loved it. I felt like I was like connected. Like I felt like everyone that came in was like a personal friend. Like I could go up to any table and just like hang out and have a good time. And like I was like really big on not drinking with people unless I was like off the clock. And like I just wanted to like I wanted people to feel like welcome. And like I feel like I was good at that. So like I just did what I was good at.
That's excellent. Now, when you sold the club, was that tough?
It was a hard decision, but like the offer was too good, and you can see that she's a little uncomfortable talking about the sale. Like, just like it was a tough decision, but like the offer was too good, and like really I needed to like take some time for myself. My Reiki healer was saying that I've been taking on too much, and
Okay. So, how did the offer just come in out of the blue, or had you put the club up?
no, I hadn't put the club up, but like it was one of the regulars. He'd been in like a lot. Like he was there like more than every weekend. Like sometimes even during the week, he was always there. And then one day, him and his friend approached me and offered to buy it.
Oh, so this was someone that you knew and who understood kind of the spirit behind the club.
I don't want to say that I like knew him because like he came in and he would always come in with like some girl on his arm or like a group of people, and they would get like a private booth and kind of like keep to themselves. And like when I would come up to the table, they were nice, but they weren't like they didn't have that like welcoming atmosphere that I was trying to cultivate. But I mean, I haven't been in there since he bought it, but from what I've heard, he did not like keep my vision alive at all.
Well, no, I understand that is the case. But you were familiar with him at least because he was so regular.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd seen him a bunch of times, like, but like, you know, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever saw him drink. Like he would come in and like people around him would be drinking, but like he like never ordered any food. He would order bottles for the table, but like I don't think I ever actually saw him drink anything.
Oh, well, that's interesting. It must have been the atmosphere that he was there for then.
Yeah, he seemed like he'd been doing it a long time. Like maybe he had like I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that like maybe he'd gotten sober but didn't want to like leave the club scene. Like that was my thought. Like didn't want to drink anymore, but still wanted to like be in the vibe, like around all the people. And like you know the Paradise it wasn't like the biggest spot in town, but it was nice. We always had a good crowd. I mean that location has been popular for forever. So like even every time it's changed hands, it doesn't seem like there's like a dip in popularity.
That's interesting. That's actually part of what I am, researching is how it has always been such a popular night spot. But when you make the sale, that was part of something that I couldn't really track down was the gentleman that you sold it to. I would like to interview him regarding his decisions about the new, the makeover after he purchased it from you. Do you happen to have his name?
Yeah. His name was like Calon or something like that. I don't know. He's kind of a weird guy. Like, I didn't know much about him. Like, said that he like represented some company or something. And then he like offered way more than what I think the club was worth, and I kind of just jumped on it.
It sounds like it was quite the windfall for you. That's amazing that it all worked out so well. You said he approached you with a friend. Do you happen to remember the friend's name?
No, he was like this like big tough looking guy. Like at first I thought like maybe he was like actually some like really rich guy and this was like his bodyguard, but like the energy between them was more like friendly than like professional.
Okay, well, I appreciate you giving me some of that information. Now let's track back. What was it like sourcing all of the designs, the decorative features and everything for your club, the Paradise, and seeing your vision come to life?
Oh my god, it was like such a process. So like I tried to like do all the shopping myself, like looking online and stuff, and I ended up having to hire an interior designer who was like, oh my god, he was just so amazing. He did so good. He was able to find these things and like ethically source them to get them from like companies that weren't like ordering from overseas where there was like possibility of child labor or anything. And like he just did such a good job bringing my vision to life. Like, I would describe something and he would just like, not immediately, but like pretty quickly find exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, that's amazing. Isn't it fun when that happens?
It was just great. He was not cheap. Oh my goodness. But worth every penny.
Would you mind sharing the name of your designer for me?
His name was Elton. Just Elton.
Just Elton. Oh, that's amazing. I can include that in the article too then. That's going to be fun. Is there anything else about the club that you would like the world to know?
Just that, like, it was a beautiful time and experience in my life. Like, I think of all the things that I've done, it was what, like, truly helped me understand myself. And I think that for anyone out there who's thinking of making a big decision like that, just do it.
Evelyn makes a show of, like, writing that down like it's a quote. Would it be all right if I used that in my article?
That would be beautiful. I think, like, that just, like, I want to, like, motivate people to, like, do the best for themselves, you know?
Oh, totally understandable. Well, April, this has been a fantastic chat. If you can think of anything else that you'd like me to include, now's the time.
Not that I can think of. I mean, like, we pretty much covered everything.
Okay, well, that sounds fantastic. And I think I've got quite a bit for this segment of my article. Thank you so much for your assistance.
Of course, yeah. And, like, just, like, if you could, like, Facebook message me and let me know when the article's gonna post so that I can, like, tell my friends about it. And, like, we can maybe have, like, a I guess it's not like a viewing party like it's on TV, but, like, maybe we can all, like, sit around and read it together. That would be amazing.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I will absolutely let you know when the article goes up. April, this has been fantastic, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thank you. And she gets up and, like, doesn't offer a handshake, just gives you a hug, and then goes and attempts to hug everyone.
Evelyn manages not to freak out, but she does freeze up a little bit and then kind of halfway awkwardly return the hug. Okay,
yeah, and
we
then
should get going so we can get this written up and submitted, and we're going to have to look over all those photos to see how they came out.
Awesome. And, like, if any of them are, like, really good, please send them to me so I can, like, put them on my Facebook.
Oh, I sure will, but, you know, probably the best of them will be in that article.
Oh, yes, the best in the article, but, like, any you don't use that are, like, good that I could, like, put up there. I'm trying to get into modeling, so, like...
Oh, absolutely. I will send them your way. And I'm kind of, like, shooing Draven toward the door. Like,
yeah, and she walks you guys out and just chatters the whole time about absolutely nothing.
Okay. So we move a little faster. Let's go. Okay, we get in the elevator and Evelyn just like,
I got some great shots. I show you the back viewer and I show you a picture of the two of you hugging. It's really good.
Great. Thanks, Draven. Thanks.
So what's next?
I believe Martin was going to be mingling.
I could mingle.
He was probably waiting to get some information from us before he took off. And now we know that Fallon was involved in the purchase of this club. So there's a reason now that he hangs out at Club 206. And it's because he's involved in the management somehow.
Yep. Player of Draven has suspicions. Draven feels that conversation was a conclusive dead end.
Unfortunately so, yeah. We don't have much more information than we started with, quite frankly, especially since she didn't know how to identify the other person. We're going to need to dig harder on Fallon Cross, like former known associates from before he disappeared. Other than the club scene, any other involvement in anything. Like if he went bowling with a club, we need to know.
We can check into some more resources.
We're going to have to. This is getting deeper than I wanted to, and I don't like that it's not leading us to Jessica. But he's the only connection we have to Jessica.
All signs are pointing to Club 206.
That's the best we've got right now.
How big is... So Club 206 is in a building. How much of the building is Club 206?
It is... Hold on, I'm mathing. Almost half of it. Like, it takes up almost half the block.
What's the rest of the block?
On the other side of it is like a empty storefront, and then another. It's just like a door that kind of leads into the building. You're not sure what else is in the building.
Time to search legal records. Who owns the entire building? Or is it chopped up? And if it's chopped up, who owns the other pieces?
That's a good idea.
I'm starting to suspect, although I have no grounds for this yet, whoever bought the club bought the entire building.
We should figure out who owns it, who bought it all, and for the sake of the weirdness that is our lives, what's under it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Although I did just have another thought. What if I quietly slip Jessica's profile into the missing persons database?
You can do that.
Maybe.
Well, hypothetically speaking, that might be a good way of locating her.
It just seems like it'd give us more eyes looking for her. So why don't... Let's see. I keep making more work for myself. What resources do you have that you can tap that might get a little deeper on this Fallon Cross douchebag?
Well, there's no criminal record. There's no current criminal record. He was involved in a car accident. I didn't ask about previous criminal record, though.
And maybe see who covered that car accident up?
That would definitely... We could find out who that John Doe was.
It might very well give us another lead to follow, anyway.
We want info on the John Doe. I mean, the best we're going to get is... we could get photos.
If you can get photos, I might be able to run facial recognition. Another thing you might try is getting a coroner's report.
That's exactly where we'd be getting the photos.
Which also might tell us a little bit more, maybe, depending on how deep the cover-up goes.
Draven could take a visit to the local coroner. They've talked.
Okay. Well, then while you do that, I can start digging around first in the missing persons database and then maybe a bit more on the building, depending on, well, a number of factors, but we'll see. And Evelyn sits down at the computer. Martin, if you want, you could go with Draven.
I mean, that seems like the best idea.
Never hurts to have an extra set of eyes and ears.
Agreed.
So if there's no other details on that one, we hop in a car and head right on over to your local neighborhood coroner's office.
All right, you get there, and there's a mid-40s woman sitting behind the desk.
Trying to remember if I would know would I know the current person in the coroner's office?
How long have you not been a cop?
I would say it's been less than 8 years. It's still fresh enough that somebody would potentially remember him as somebody who is very much no longer a police officer.
Yeah, you would still know the coroner. You don't recognize the woman behind the counter. Clearly, office aide or secretary of some sort.
Well, there's a couple of ways of approaching it then. Lying for a mundane task. Asking if somebody's there that I know. I cannot, for the life of me, think of a name off the top of my head. But I'm not running this game, so I guess I don't have to worry about that.
The coroner you would know is Robert Guilford.
Robert Guilford. I walk up to the desk and very politely, with a smile, ask if it's possible to reach Mr. Guilford.
Mr. Guilford is in. Can I ask the nature of the visit?
Can you tell him that Draven Crawford is here to see him?
I can. I can't guarantee he'd be willing to see you, but I will. And she... Go ahead.
He turns around and looks at Martin. This is going to be about 50-50. I can't remember if Robert hates my guts or not.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's a long story.
Oh my god. Okay.
Cop stuff.
Cop stuff.
About 5 minutes later, a probably 60-something-year-old guy in the coroner's doctor coat and really disheveled hair comes out, and he comes out and he goes, "Draven, you son of a bitch, what are you doing here?" But he says it with a smile on his face.
Okay. He turns and looks at Martin and just mouths, and then turns around. "Hey, how's it going?"
Oh, I mean, my job is not necessarily a happy one.
Well, you haven't lost a patient yet, right?
No, 100%. They stay as they come to me.
Listen, I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm doing a little work on the private side right now. I'm helping somebody with an insurance claim, and I just need a couple of details on a on an MVA.
Okay. I'll do what I can within the confines of the law, but I'm not willing to give you anything that's involved with an active investigation or a cold case.
Oh, it's neither. I'm pretty sure it's neither. He writes down the date. What I'm specifically helping with is potentially the family of the John Doe.
I'll see what I can find in the record. And he goes back through the little door. About like 10 minutes go by, and he comes out with a manila folder that looks like it maybe has one piece of paper in it. So, can you ever come in here and not ask for something weird?
No.
Martin visibly snorts when he says that, like audibly.
Just go ahead and take a look at this. And he hands you the folder. And inside is the autopsy report, and it's blank. It just says John Doe, and it is clear that no autopsy was performed. There's no identification number for the cadaver, nothing.
There's nothing here, Robert.
Yeah, because according to our records, John Doe never got checked into this facility. But we do have record of him being processed and an autopsy being done.
Well, I don't necessarily know if this is going to help with an insurance claim, but what about the other... This MBA had 2 people coming in here.
Oh, yeah. And he pulls out a second folder, and it's an actual, like, you can see, like, a full autopsy report, died on impact of the vehicle. This looks legit.
Are there any photos?
Yeah, and it matches the description that you were given when you were told about the accident.
Looking at a picture of the dead person lying on the table.
Yeah.
And turning and showing the picture to Martin. Are we seeing anything, or is Martin seeing anything other than a dead person laying down on a slab?
No, I mean, you know what? Go ahead and give me 1 second. A intelligence and medicine, I believe, is the skill we're looking for here.
That's a solid 1 success.
And I do apologize. I'm adding an additional die because of the danger/desperation.
No, because this doesn't fall into your creed field, because for you it's martial.
Got
so
it.
pretty much you'll only use that in like physical altercation.
Okay. So I'm rolling a total of 2, and I have 1 success.
No, that looks like a dead guy. Just a regular car crash victim.
So, Robert, and I sort of tap the folder with my finger. Is this a copy?
No, this is before I was working here, but this is not... Like, I'm going to have to file a report now. Thanks.
I'll be honest with you. Just a personal advice on the professional side. Take your time filing on the John Doe. Trust me.
I'll keep that in mind. I mean, you know how I am. I'm old. I've got arthritis. My typing skills aren't as good as they used to be.
If anything comes up when you file that report, you let me know. Anything.
As long as it doesn't put my job at risk, yes.
So as we leave, I'm going to ask Martin, are you thinking what I'm thinking for the John Doe?
If what you're thinking is that it's some kind of vampire fuckery, then yeah.
It all leads back to vampires.
It all leads back to vampires.
Draven has never seen a vampire, but he isn't going to say that there's no such thing as vampires, because he's seen enough to know that there's stuff out there that you just don't make fun of.
I could maybe go over what happened soon, if you want, so that way everybody has an idea what we might be in for.
That might actually be good.
It's not a comfortable topic, but needs must.
I think our next step then would probably be to head back to the safe house.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sweet.
So Evelyn, while they were gone, has been wiggling her fingers on the keyboard.
Okay. What specifically are we trying to do?
Okay, so the first thing, and in her mind the most important, is setting up a missing person profile for Jessica and getting it into the database, if she can.
Okay. And are you just going to file a missing persons report, or are you trying to do this the back way around?
Back way around, because she's a little worried that getting into official channels will do more damage than be helpful.
Okay, this is going to be very difficult because it is a federal database. and there's risks.
That's why she couldn't be just like, yeah, sure, I can do that.
So go ahead and roll intelligence and technology.
Within Creed, yes?
Yes.
5 successes.
Okay, you're able to get into the database. But in doing so, and with everything that's been going on, I'm going to raise your guys' desperation by 1. So you are in the missing persons database.
Okay, I'm going to set up a profile for Jessica as quickly as I can and get the hell out.
Okay, go ahead and give me the same roll. This is basically to be able to do that undetected.
6 successes.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so you are able to create this profile and kind of just merge it into the system without making any noticeable waves.
Excellent, and then I get the hell out and close that back door behind me, so only I know it's there.
Okay, you are leaving a back door?
More like using the one that I found to get in to begin with, so I'm kind of leaving it the way it was.
Okay, that will not require another.
Okay, good.
All right, so you get that all taken care of?
Yes, and then the next thing is digging harder and deeper on Fallon Cross. Everything I can find going back as far as I can, like birth certificate, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Give me... I need to look at what the skills are real quick. Things that might make more sense than what I was doing. Oh, look, it's already open to the character. Okay, it's going to seem weird, but we're going to do intelligence and academics and treat it as research.
5 successes.
Okay, so you are able to find a ton of other people's social media posts that have pictures of Fallon Cross. And then a single news article about King of Seattle. And it's a picture of Fallon Cross from like 1987. And it's the king of the club life. This guy is everywhere, partying every night. He is like the king of the scene. Other than that, nothing. No criminal history going back. You're able to find a birth certificate. He was born like in the late 60s, graduated high school, no college.
Does the picture of the douchebag that we have look like a picture of a 56-year-old?
That's what I was just going to say.
No, actually, the picture that you have of him looks exactly like the picture of him in the 1987 article.
Martin's over there. Hold it!
Motherfucker hasn't aged in, 40 years?
Yeah, and if he was born in the late 60s, so the 87 article, he was in his 20s at that time. Yeah, that don't look right. This is all going in the case file. Like, I'm just printing shit off and stuffing it in the folder. It's all going up on the murder board, too.
All right. I'm going to say that you guys are able to meet back up at the safe house, exchange information, and I'm going to call us here for the night. And I think we'll pick back up with Martin's story.
Okay. Woo! That was an interesting... Wow, we got us a whodunit without the whodunit.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Desperation's up. Clues are coming together. I'm liking it.
No, they're not.
I was hoping to get a desperation and a danger out of that, but...
Not quite. We didn't really cross too many lines today.
I can't wait to read Carolyn's article.
Oh, that character was so fun to roleplay.
She's like, she reminds me of a Malkavian that was just in our last campaign. But, like, not quite as crazy.
Yet, anyway.
Yeah, big KE on her, big Karen energy.
Oh my god, Evelyn is so pissed. She sees these pictures and she's like, God damn it, why does Martin have to be right? And it's not because it's Martin, it's because it's fucking vampires. Dracula needed to stay in the freaking book.
Yeah, could have been good.